Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here for the Great Wall of Comics. It's Thursday, and that means it's time for another episode of Only My Slabs. All right, we've got here another dozen graded books from the 1200 plus slab collection that is my collection of comics, and we're going to go through them here like we do every single week. So guys, let me make sure you hit that like button if you like some of these books, or even if you don't, and let me know down below what was your favorite. We're going to kick off with a banger. This was we left off with Gwen Stacy, the limited run that happened right during COVID. And we're going to pick up with Gwen Stacy. But this one was the much coveted convention edition of Ji Hung Lee. This, there were like 3 variants of this. This was the rarest of the variants. This book was super difficult to get for a while, and of course, again, look at all this glare off of this thing, but dang, it is a hot tomato. Of course, nothing to do with her in that costume. Doesn't show up at all. This is really a story about Gwen Stacy in the 616 prior to her death. But you know, when does comic book covers have to do anything with the actual story content within? Fun, just a hot cover though. This next one, this I dig. I'm a big fan of Harley Quinn. I think a lot of people are. The Harley Quinn series on HBO is fabulous. But if you don't know, they launched a series of books, comics that came out in between each season. So if you watch season 1, then you can go to this and then into season 2, and then season 2 into something else. So this is the Eat Bang Kill tour featuring Harley Quinn. This is issue number 1 and a 9.8. I thought that this comic was fabulous. The series, the limited series, each one was a perfect continuation of the HBO show. So if you are a fan of the HBO Harley Quinn show and you didn't know about these, I would look for these. They're available. They have them in the trade paperbacks even, but they are a fun read, and they fill in some of the blanks of what happened between one season to the next. Okay, now it's time for banger time, boys and girls. Big first appearance. Perhaps one of the biggest characters in the last 40 years. Banger, Hulk 180, the first appearance of Wolverine. Let's not mince words, folks. I say it once, I've said it twice, a billion times. First is first. There's no debate that this is the first appearance of Wolverine. He's in the book. Now, if you want to caveat that as well, it's a cameo, I'm 100% with you. If you remove his appearance from this book, it has no bearing on the story. That, to me, is a fair cameo adaptation, if you want to. Just because it's not the first full appearance or first cover appearance, or it's not the money book, doesn't diminish from the fact that it's still his first appearance, and that the Hulk 181 over here is Wolverine's second appearance in comics. It might be his first full appearance, his first cover appearance. It's the money book, no debate there, and there doesn't need to be. First is first. First appearance in comics, Wolverine, Hulk 180. Banger. Okay. Another first appearance in comics. Actually, this is really another one of those things. This is actually the first full appearance, because the first actual appearance was again a cameo appearance. More and more, this is what the way that major characters are being introduced. Although we can question whether or not this is necessarily how major this character is. Although they did get their own Disney show. So here we go. We have Invincible Iron Man #9. This is the first full appearance of Riri Williams, and who will later on become Ironheart. Yeah, first full appearance of Riri Williams is what's on the label there. This book I actually won in a mystery box. So I used to have. I originally bought a copy of this book off the rack in my LCS when it came out. My son was reading Invincible Iron Man, and we picked it up. And I had the Age of the Apocalypse variant. It got graded at a 9.8. Later during the peak, that book was like $1,000 book. I sold it. Yeah, here you go. Then I didn't have a copy. This copy came to me from Dorkery's mystery box. This was like the grand prize at the time. It was like around a $500 book. Obviously, it's not anymore. But hey, that just means it's come down to probably reality of where it should be for a modern book of a character that's not necessarily a mainstay character. So that's fair. Oh, just a fun book for this one. I thought good. It's not graded because it's a value, just graded. I don't know why it's great. But here you go. Marvel Spotlight on the Son of Satan. Marvel Spotlight 12. This, of course, is the first was a story continued from Ghost Rider 2, Origin of the Son of Satan. Yeah, I think his first appearance, he's like in background cameo, so I don't know, but anyways. Son of Satan, origin appearance, the ominous origin issue. Damian Hellstrom. All right, we get a twofer here with these. This is just absolute loaded full of first appearances, this book, but I mean, does it matter? I don't know. Here we got Marvel Tales, starring Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham. Of course, this is the featured first appearance of Peter Porker, the Spider-Ham. It's also the first appearance of Hulk Bunny and Captain Americat and the Goose Rider. So just, we go to that universe where everybody's an animal, and we get that. And here's our 2-for-1. We have the newsstand variant in an 8.5, and the direct edition in a 9.0. This is 1983, so we're probably at a point where I think we're still probably, we're pretty close to 50% of distributions, probably newsstand versus the direct market LCS. But anyways, so yeah, Marvel Tales, first appearance of Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham. Banger. You want another first appearance? Here we go. We got bangers today. Point one, number one. This is Marvel 2012. This is a crazy wraparound cover. Whole bunch of characters. But this is, if you had this one, you'll know it. This is the B cover for this issue, so you may not recognize it as quick. But this is the first appearance of Nova Sam Alexander. So the Sam Alexander Nova, this is his first appearance in this book here. So we keep wondering, when are we going to see Nova in the MCU? And the question, of course, is when we do get Nova, which version of Nova are we going to get? Speaking of the MCU universe, movie universe and TV universe, another first appearance that falls right in there. This book was ridiculously hot for a while, and like so many, interestingly, like so many books that have gone through the hype and build-up because a movie was coming out and then have suffered the post-movie or TV show crash, here is She-Hulk, the Savage She-Hulk #1, the first appearance of Jennifer Waters. Right, first appearance, origin of first appearance of She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, an origin of Hulk retold. So, yeah, here you go, newsstand 9.0, from 1980, tail end of the Bronze Age. We get the Savage She-Hulk, that first run. Now, again, this book for a long time lingered as not worth much of anything. Then all of a sudden, hype of the show skyrocket like crazy. Now, this book in an I know is about probably about $100 book, maybe just over $100 because it's not an 8.5, but not by much. It just is what it is. That's how books up and flow. If you want to make money on books, if you're trying to invest in them, well, then it's all about hitting those. I'm not trying to invest in these books. I'm just trying to acquire them and collect them. So for me, these crashes are good times to pick them up post crash and stuff. Here's a fun character's first appearance. Actually, this is not his first appearance. Like many DC characters, there's the first appearance, which is Golden Age, and then there's his first appearance in the Silver Age. So here he is, first appearance in the Silver Age. We've got Showcase 55, the first Silver Age appearance of Solomon Grundy. And then, of course, we've got original members of the Justice Society. Here we've got Our Man, we've got Dr. Fate, and then down below, special guest star, the original Green Lantern. So all those guys come together in this showcase. Now, what's really interesting about this showcase book is that there seems to be two different variants of it, and it has to do with the cover. So I know that my good buddy Mark, Legion of Comics, he has a copy and I have a copy, and we've compared our copies, and I can't remember whose is which, but like one of them is much darker and much more like one shade versus another, and I've seen it predominantly like that, like where I think like one version I think is a lighter purple. If I can find it, I'll put a picture of it up. But anyways, this was a title that was super hot. Great series. Maybe we're gonna get. Everybody thinks that someday we're gonna get a Disney property off of this. It would make sense. We've had one of the characters now make their appearance in it, and this is Strange Academy #1. Now this is the second printing. I have many different printings. I was all in on this book like everybody else. So many first appearances in this book that it was one of those things like, let's get some because we might as well. And this is also a book this book had some weird availability, like in issues 2 and 3, or I think it was issues 3 was when we hit the pandemic and the suspension of distribution of comics for a short period of time. And so that was a really weird time for comics with availability. But this is the first appearance of Emily Bright, Doyle Doramu, Shaylee Moonpetal, Calvin Moore, Desi Germain, Gusling, Zoe, Alvi, Eric, and Toth. So a whole mess of folks that we get, and we of course had first appearance of one of those characters over in the Riri Williams Ironheart show on Disney. 2 more books, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already. I'd really appreciate it. It helps us get this out in front of more people, and the more people that watch us, more channel revenue. And of course, 100% of the channel revenue here goes to Comics Curing Cancer. I don't keep any of it. It all goes to support our efforts to stamp out cancer with the American Cancer Society. So hit that like button. All right, here we go. Superman Batman Annual #4. This is one of those various Batman keys or Batman Beyond keys. I believe, as I recall, this one, because it doesn't call it out, this one just simply says Batman, Terry McGinnis, Lex Luthor, and Metallo appearance. Includes 6-page preview of the Red Hood #1. But as I recall, this is our first appearance of Batman Beyond in the regular DC continuity. For the most part, Batman Beyond has existed outside of the standard DC continuity. So this is our first time we get him in that continuity here in this Art Germ cover. Batman, and you got Beyond along with Superman there. There you go. Superman Batman Annual 4. Now, this is well, this is I should say, let me preface this. Hold on, let me go back. This is the first time we get Batman Beyond Terry McGinnis in the main continuity. Now, our first time we get Batman Beyond in the regular DC continuity is here in Superman Batman 22. But in this version of him, well, we get the Batman Beyond costume. It turns out we get Terry McGinnis, who the original. It's Tim Drake. I'm sorry, Tim Drake in this one. My brain is having mental. I'm declining. What can I say? Anyways, Tim Drake in this one, who of course is one of the third Robin. Tim Drake does actually don the Batman Beyond costume in the Batman Beyond comics. In like the 5th volume, there's a alternate universe type thing where they explore where Tim Drake is the Batman Beyond. So it's possible that that's the one we see that's in here. But anyways, he bridged over to the main continuity there for a moment. Batman Beyond is a super convoluted character when it comes to continuity and first appearances, and there's like a bunch of books that all have this claim for something. Anyways, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Only My Slabs. Which one was your favorite? Down below. And what are your thoughts on first appearances versus cameos? Should cameos count as a first appearance, as first, as I say? Or does it matter how long they're in that book to be before you consider it a first appearance? Because I think first is first, and then you can then afterwards have subsequent things, full featured, whatever else. First appearance doesn't always have to be a money book. That's my thought. What's yours? Comments down below. And remember, until next time, collect what you want. Don't listen to anyone, especially me. I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.